Welcome, gents. Don't chase what shines, build what lasts. Most people look for jobs that come with fancy titles, public praise, or big social circles. But if you're a Sigma male, you already know that's not for you. You're not built to follow the crowd, and deep down you've always known it. You think for yourself, you question everything. You choose solitude over noise and growth over comfort. While others are busy chasing status, you're chasing mastery. You don't need validation to feel valuable. You're not here to impress. You're here to build something real, with focus, depth, and your own damn rules. That's why not every job fits you. You're not the guy for endless meetings, fake smiles, or office politics. You need space to think, room to move, and work that means something. Something that lets you be fully yourself, sharp, independent, and unstoppable. In this video, we're not giving you a generic list of high-paying careers. We're giving you 11 jobs that truly align with how Sigma males are wired, roles that respect your time, your mind, and your freedom. So if you've ever felt out of place in traditional roles, that's not a weakness. It's proof that you're not meant to follow paths made for others. You're meant to carve your own. Let this list remind you, you're not lost. You're just not meant to be where the crowd is, and that's your edge. Let's dive in, gents. Number 1. Intelligence analyst, the quiet power players. If there's one job that feels like it was tailor-made for a Sigma male, it's this one. Being an intelligence analyst isn't about walking into a room and commanding attention. It's about sitting in silence and owning the truth. It's a job where your ability to observe patterns, connect dots, and predict moves before they happen is more powerful than any loud opinion or big ego. And let's be honest, Sigma males aren't here for the noise. They're here for what's real. This career is all about gathering data, reading between the lines, and spotting things others completely overlook. It's mental chess every day, and Sigma males, they thrive in that space. They don't just think outside the box. They quietly burn the box and build their own blueprint. You don't have to be front and center. You don't need applause. What you need is meaning, impact, and the ability to operate without interference. Intelligence work gives you just that. You're trusted to think independently, to dissect the world's chaos, and to find clarity when everyone else is confused. You don't react, you read. You don't panic, you prepare. This job lets you use your natural gift, deep, strategic thinking. It rewards sharp observation and quiet mastery. And the best part? Nobody has to know you're the one pulling the strings, because you don't need the credit. You just want the truth to win. So if you've ever felt like the world moves too fast, talks too loud, and values the wrong things, this role flips all of that. It gives you a seat behind the scenes where real influence happens, and for a Sigma male, that's not just a good fit, that's home. Number 2, precision welder, for example, underwater welder or aerospace fabricator. Why it fits? Extreme focus, no distractions, no room for error. This is where Sigma males excel, jobs where perfection matters and mediocrity is dangerous. This isn't some average job where you clock in half awake and coast through the day. Precision welding is a high-stakes craft. You're working on structures that can't afford to fail. Aircraft frames, deep-sea pipelines, space equipment. Every weld must be exact. No mistakes, no noise, just you, the metal, and complete focus. That's what makes it a Sigma male's perfect arena. There's zero tolerance for sloppiness and no time for ego-driven nonsense. You're not managing people or playing politics. You're performing a task that demands your full attention, complete control, and mental discipline. That's where Sigma males shine. They thrive when it's all about excellence, not applause. Think about underwater welding. You're submerged in dark, freezing water with heavy equipment strapped to your back. The margin for error? None. It's not just skill, it's survival. This isn't a job for the easily distracted or attention-hungry. It's for those who can keep calm under pressure, who value precision over performance, and who don't flinch when things get intense. Same goes for aerospace fabrication. You're building things that go to the edge of space. There's something deeply satisfying about knowing your quiet, unseen work literally holds systems together that millions rely on. No one may know your name, but what you've built, it speaks volumes, and that's the beauty of it. As a Sigma male, you don't need recognition to feel fulfilled. You just need to know that what you've done is flawless. You're not trying to be seen. You're trying to build something so solid, so exact that it never breaks. This job doesn't just demand perfection, it respects it. And that's why it belongs to men who aren't here to impress, they're here to master. Number 3, urban explorer, freelance photojournalist, the raw truth hunter. Most people scroll through polished feeds, perfect lighting, staged smiles, filtered lives, but a Sigma male, he's drawn to the opposite, the cracks in the walls, the forgotten corners, the places everyone else is too scared, too bored, or too busy to see. That's why being an urban explorer or freelance photojournalist fits like a glove. It's about going where no one else dares, uncovering stories that don't get told, and capturing reality in its rawest, most unfiltered form. Sigma males aren't interested in following the crowd or repeating the same old narrative. They want to dig deeper, to see what's hidden beneath the surface. Whether it's abandoned buildings, underground scenes, or the truth behind news headlines, this job lets them live that craving for rawness and authenticity every single day. It's a role built for independence. No bosses hovering, no scripted interviews, just you, your camera, and the city's secrets. You operate on your terms, moving quietly through streets and stories that others ignore or avoid. And here's the truth. Urban exploration and photojournalism can be risky. You're often stepping into unknown or off-limits places, dealing with the unpredictable, the unseen, but Sigma males don't back down from that. The thrill isn't just in the photos, it's in the challenge, the solitude, and the chance to be a silent witness to reality. In a world obsessed with fake highlights and curated lives, Sigma males use this path to uncover the truth others gloss over. They don't want to just see the surface, they want to feel the grit underneath. If you live for the raw and the real, if you want your work to show the world without filters, this is your battlefield. Because for Sigma males, reality, unpolished and unapologetic, is where they thrive. Number 4, ghostwriter, anonymous content creator, the invisible force shaping minds. Not everyone craves the spotlight. Some people want to change the game without anyone knowing who's behind the moves. That's where a ghostwriter or anonymous content creator fits perfectly, and it's tailor-made for Sigma males. You're not chasing fame. You're not fishing for likes or followers. You're creating powerful ideas, stories, or strategies that ripple through the world while you stay in the shadows. Your words could influence thousands or even millions without your name ever appearing on the screen. And that's exactly the kind of control Sigma males crave. Why? Because it's pure influence without the noise of ego or attention. You get to shape the narrative while keeping your identity locked away. You speak through others, your work fueling movements, decisions, or viral moments, all while you keep your life off stage. Sigma males don't want to be the face of a brand or the center of a crowd. They want to build, create, and leave impact quietly. Ghostwriting lets you pour your intellect and creativity into something bigger than yourself, without the drama or distractions of being known. There's a strange power in anonymity, a freedom that lets you push boundaries, tell uncomfortable truths, and craft content that hits deep, all without the pressure of being judged publicly. You aren't performing, you're creating. Your work stands on its own while you remain the silent architect. This role fits Sigma males because it aligns with their natural preference for independence and depth. You influence, you inspire, you move silently. And you don't need anyone's validation. In a world obsessed with fame, the true power is often found in the invisible. And for the Sigma male ghostwriter, that invisible power is home. Number 5, independent trader, the lone wolf playing high-stakes mind games. Forget the office buzz and the team meetings where everyone's just trying to look busy. An independent trader lives in a different world, a world where every decision is a silent battle and every move carries real risk. It's high stakes, high tension, and absolute solitude, and for a Sigma male, that's pure fuel. Why? Because trading, whether crypto, stocks, or forex, is a game that demands sharp brains, cold nerves, and the ability to think faster than the crowd. It's not about following trends or joining the herd. It's about reading between the lines, spotting patterns that others miss, and moving silently while everyone else shouts. Sigma males are wired for this kind of work. They don't need a team to hype them up. They don't need someone to hold their hand when the market tanks. They thrive in the pressure cooker of uncertainty because they trust their own judgment. Alone, focused, and in control. Here, it's not about showing off or proving anything. It's about the game itself, calculating risks, managing losses, and doubling down when it counts. It's a mental war zone where you win by being calm, patient, and brutally honest with yourself. And let's be real, this path isn't for everyone. It's lonely, it's unpredictable. The wins can feel sweet, but the losses can hit hard. But Sigma males don't shy away from that kind of challenge. They see it as a test, a way to sharpen their edge and prove their independence. No bosses, no office politics, just you, your strategy, and the market's pulse. Trading isn't about luck for a Sigma male, it's about mastery. And when you master it, you don't just survive the game, you own it. Number 6. Custom bike or car builder, one-of-a-kind machines. Why it fits. He doesn't build to impress the crowd. He builds to create a machine that reflects rebellion, edge, and timeless grit. No factory assembly, just soul and steel. This job isn't about mass production or flashy showrooms. It's about pure craftsmanship and quiet rebellion. Every nut and bolt, every weld, every curve, it all tells a story. And for the Sigma male, that story isn't written for the world. It's written for himself. He's not trying to fit into the latest trend. He's carving out his own lane, engine roaring, head down, and heart locked into the process. Custom building a bike or car is a form of controlled chaos. There's fire, metal, grease, and frustration. But Sigma males thrive in that. They find peace in problem solving and satisfaction in building something that wasn't there before, something that reflects grit, freedom, and personal truth. No meetings, no managers breathing down their neck, just tools, silence, and a vision that demands patience and precision. What makes this career so different is that it requires more than skill, it requires soul. You're not just restoring parts. You're building a machine that turns heads without needing to be loud. You're creating something rare in a world full of copies. And when it's done, the machine speaks for itself, no signature required. Sigma males don't build to be liked. They build because creation is survival, because forging a beast out of metal and sweat feels more real than most conversations. And in a world obsessed with speed and noise, they choose depth, detail, and raw authenticity. This job isn't glamorous, but it's real, it's honest. And it gives the Sigma male something few paths ever do, the freedom to build a legacy that doesn't need validation to matter. Number 7, Artisan Shoemaker, leatherworker, limited editions. Why it fits, old world craftsmanship in a plastic world. Each item he makes is a piece of rebellion, slowly made, never rushed, always unique. That's Sigma energy. There's something quietly defiant about working with your hands in today's fast, fake world. While everyone else is glued to screens and chasing likes, the Sigma male sits in silence, cutting, stitching, shaping, crafting something real, something that smells of leather and time. Not mass-produced junk, but one-of-a-kind pieces that carry weight, character, and meaning. Being a shoemaker or leatherworker isn't trendy. It's not about chasing attention. It's about respecting the process. And Sigma males don't do shortcuts. They take their time, not because they're slow, but because some things deserve to be built right, with precision and pride. Whether it's a pair of hand-stitched boots or a custom belt, each item becomes a statement, not for fashion, but for function, strength, and soul. What draws Sigma men to this work isn't just the craft, it's the solitude, the focus, the deep satisfaction that comes from making something real. No bosses micromanaging, no fake office politics, just you, your tools, and your thoughts. It's a form of quiet meditation where every cut counts, every mistake teaches, and every finished piece speaks for itself. This isn't work for someone who needs applause. It's work for someone who understands the power of moving slow in a world that's rushing nowhere fast. And that's what makes Sigma males different. They value depth over flash, mastery over hype, and legacy over popularity. In the end, what they make isn't just a product, it's a piece of them, worn by someone who values quality over trend, story over price tag. And that's the kind of silent influence Sigma males are built for, shaping the world without needing to shout. Number 8, farming. Why it fits. Because growing your own food in silence, with your hands in the dirt and the sky as your clock, is the ultimate rejection of noise, fake systems, and dependency. It's real, it's raw, it's yours. Most people today want easy comfort, fast food, fast money, fast everything, but not the Sigma male. He's wired differently. Farming isn't just about planting crops. It's about taking full ownership of your life from the roots up. It's not a job, it's a mindset. Waking up before the sun, not because a boss said so, but because nature has its own rhythm. That's freedom. There's no small talk out in the fields, no performative nonsense, just real work with real results. You don't just see progress, you feel it in your muscles, your skin, your breathing. The Sigma male doesn't fear getting his hands dirty. He embraces it. There's something powerful about being self-sufficient, about pulling food from the ground instead of swiping a card at some chain store. It's control, it's clarity, it's peace. This life isn't for people chasing likes. It's for someone who wants to feel every part of existence, the struggle, the growth, the reward. When you farm, you're not just growing food. You're sharpening your instincts, your patience, your grit. And when a storm wipes things out, you don't whine. You rebuild quietly. That's Sigma resilience. People may see a farmer and think simple, but the truth, it's the most direct path to real power. You feed yourself, you feed others, you depend on no one. And that's exactly the kind of energy Sigma males carry, strong, calm, and deeply grounded. In a noisy, fake, overprocessed world, farming is the ultimate act of rebellion. And Sigma males don't need recognition. They just need land, time, and a reason. The rest, they grow it themselves. Number 9, private detective, the lone wolf in a world of secrets. Picture this, a life like a noir novel, full of shadows, mysteries, and the constant dance between truth and deception. That's the daily world of a private detective, and it fits Sigma males like a glove. Sigma males don't thrive in crowded offices or noisy team meetings. They excel in roles where independence is king, where their sharp instincts, quiet observation, and relentless curiosity give them the edge. Being a private detective means diving deep into human nature, understanding lies, reading between the lines, and piecing together stories no one else can see. This career is a test of patience and guts. It's about working solo, often with little support, sometimes in risky or uncomfortable situations. But Sigma males don't shy away from challenge or danger. They lean into it. They know that beneath every secret is a truth waiting to be uncovered, and they're willing to go the distance to find it. What sets Sigma males apart in this job is their ability to blend in while watching everything. They don't crave recognition, they want results. They work quietly, analyzing patterns and behaviors, following threads others miss. Their work is often invisible but incredibly powerful. The thrill isn't just in solving the case, it's in the process, the mental chess game with the unknown, the trust in their own judgment, and the freedom to operate on their own terms. If you crave a career where you can rely on your instincts, operate independently, and dig beneath the surface of human nature, this role was made for you. Because Sigma males aren't just survivors of the shadows, they're the masters of them. Number 10, Solopreneur, creator economy builder, the Sigma male's natural habitat. There's something magnetic about doing it all yourself. Not for fame, not for attention, but because you simply have to. That's what being a solopreneur or creator economy builder is all about. And if you're a Sigma male, this path hits home like no other. Why? Because you're not built for micromanagement, fake team huddles, or climbing some dusty corporate ladder. You don't need a boss telling you what to do when you already know how to do it better. You don't want permission. You want freedom. And this career gives you exactly that, total control over your ideas, time, and execution. You're the type who sees a gap in the market and fills it, not for applause, but because your mind won't shut off until it's done. You build out of obsession, not obligation, whether it's digital products, online courses, writing, coding, content creation, or running a niche service. Sigma males excel when left alone with a vision and a deadline. And here's the kicker, you don't need to be loud to win. The creator economy doesn't care if you're charming in meetings. It cares if your work works, if it hits, if it delivers. And you're not here to please everyone. You're here to make something real, useful, and unforgettable. Solopreneurship lets you escape the noise and go deep. You can work at your own pace, stay in your zone, and build systems that work for you, not trap you. It's not easy, but for a Sigma male, ease was never the goal. Autonomy was. You're not chasing likes. You're chasing legacy. You're not trying to fit in, you're trying to build out. And when you finally hit that rhythm, where your mind, mission, and freedom all align, that's not just success, that's sovereignty. Number 11, forensic analyst, ballistics, digital, or crime scene. Why it fits, real data, real truth, no emotion, no drama, just facts that need decoding. Sigma males bring objectivity and insight, where others get distracted by noise. Let's be real. Most people can't handle the weight of truth. They get wrapped up in emotion, swayed by opinions, or overwhelmed by the mess. But Sigma males, They cut straight through the noise. They're not interested in drama or attention. They want clarity. That's what makes them lethal in roles like forensic analysis. Whether it's piecing together shattered fragments from a crime scene, analyzing ballistic trajectories, or diving deep into encrypted digital trails, this is a job that requires stillness of mind and sharpness of thought. And that's where Sigma males shine. They don't need supervision or applause. They just need the puzzle, the silence, and the space to think. Forensic work is slow, meticulous, and often invisible to the public eye, and that's exactly the appeal. The Sigma male thrives in environments where patience and precision are rewarded, not politics, not popularity. While others chase headlines, he chases the truth quietly, relentlessly. And let's be clear, this isn't CSI with flashy edits. It's long hours, micro details, facts that refuse to lie. And every now and then something clicks and a hidden pattern emerges. That aha moment, that's gold for a Sigma male. That's fuel. In a world where truth is often buried under spin, a forensic analyst is one of the last real truth tellers. And the Sigma male, he doesn't just tell the truth, he uncovers it piece by brutal piece. He doesn't need the world to notice, just the certainty that somewhere deep in the data, he found what no one else could see. That's not just a job, it's purpose. And for a Sigma, that's everything. Number 12, cybersecurity specialist, the silent guardian of the digital world. This isn't your typical tech job. Being a cybersecurity specialist means living behind digital walls most people don't even know exist. And that's exactly why it's a perfect fit for a Sigma male. Let's be real. Sigma males aren't here to be seen. They're here to do the work, to solve real problems in silence and to leave no fingerprints. In a world that's addicted to showing off, they find power in staying hidden. And cybersecurity, it's built on that same principle. This job is about protecting systems, guarding secrets, and outsmarting hackers you'll never meet. You become the quiet force standing between chaos and order. No drama, no credit, no spotlight, just results. And that's the Sigma way. It's not about looking smart, it's about being smart when it counts. You don't wait for problems to explode, you anticipate them. You think like the enemy to stay 10 steps ahead. You read systems like others read people. That calm, tactical mindset, it's not just useful here, it's everything. And here's the beauty of it. You don't have to play office politics, entertain small talk, or show up just to be seen. You can work from anywhere on your terms and let your skills speak louder than any resume. In cybersecurity, the loudest voice in the room means nothing. The most alert mind does. And Sigma males have that built-in ability to stay sharp, stay silent, and stay ready. This job respects your independence, it demands your intellect, and it lets you build something no one sees, but everyone depends on. It's not glamorous, it's not loud, but it's real power, hidden in plain sight. And for a Sigma male, that's exactly where he belongs. In final words, the true strength of a man isn't shown in how loud he speaks, but in how deeply he thinks and acts. If you've read this far, you already know Sigma males aren't built for the usual hustle or the spotlight chase. You're wired differently, and quieter, sharper, more independent. You don't follow the crowd because you see the game from a different angle, and that's your biggest advantage. The jobs we talked about aren't just careers, they're reflections of who you really are. Whether you're protecting secrets, crafting timeless work, or diving into forgotten stories, you're choosing paths where you control your space, your pace, and your impact. You don't need applause or constant validation because your motivation runs deeper. It's about mastery, freedom, and leaving a legacy on your own terms. Remember, being a Sigma male means embracing your unique strength, the ability to move silently but powerfully through life. You're not here to fit in, you're here to stand out in ways others can't even understand. That might mean working alone, thinking deeply, or building quietly behind the scenes, but that's where real power lives. So own your path. Be proud of your independence. Trust your instincts, because the world doesn't always see your value right away. But the impact you make will be undeniable. And in the end, that's what matters. Keep your head down, keep your mind sharp, and keep moving forward. Your time is coming, and it's going to be unstoppable. Thank you for watching, Gents, and God bless you.